Anybody, and I mean anybody, can get a job in tech. You have to realize at the end of the day, tech companies are still companies. You have to think about transferable skills. In this video, I'm going to show you that anybody, and I mean anybody, can get a job in tech. Anybody can get a good job in tech if they're able to tell a good story. You know what the problem is? Most people suck at storytelling, and it drives me insane. They come to me asking, hey Arneeb, you work at an awesome tech company. How did you get in? You know how I got in? I told really good stories during my interview about how good of a candidate I was and what I did. I didn't have a traditional background in tech. I really didn't. I started my career trying to build an app. Yes, it's technology oriented, but I had no big tech experience. I had no actual experience coding. The truth is, you don't need to know how to code in order to get a job in tech. Now, why does everybody want to get into tech? Well, it is lucrative. Tech is a very well-paid industry. And the reason is very simple. Think about this. Tech companies sell software. They don't need a lot of people to make that software, but a lot of people need the software that they make. So for a small workforce, they can get outsized gains. It's not like lawyers. It's not like consumer goods. It's not like that. Because to expand your law firm, you need to hire more lawyers so they can do more billable hours. And other industries are similar as well. When you sell, Coke, you need to build more factories to produce and bottle and do all that Coke. Tech is not like that. In one office, you can make one software and sell it to hundreds of thousands of customers, and it's infinitely scalable. So that's why tech companies are able to pay their employees so well. You hear all these stories of Google employees becoming millionaires. It's because they are. They really are. Because tech companies pay so well. So it pays to get into tech. Now, I'm going to tell you that anybody can get into tech. You have to realize at the end of the day, tech companies are still companies. Every company has a marketing department, a sales department, a project management division, supply chain, operations, all of that stuff. The only difference for a tech company is that their main product, most of the time, is software or hardware. But all of those other facets of what makes a company apply. Here's where the big bucks come in though. The closer you are to product, the more likely you're going to get paid a higher salary. So roles that are adjacent to product usually get paid more. Why? Let me give you an example. Product managers are some of the best paid people in tech. Why? Because they have to work with engineers to understand their constraints, their challenges, the features that are going to market, and then they have to ensure that when that product goes into market, the users are able to use it well and the way it was intended. It's a very important role, and it's very close to product, and product managers on average get paid double six figures. What does that mean? 100K, 100K, 200K. Not surprising at all if somebody told me that I started with a 200K salary as a product manager. Similarly, other roles like product marketing also get paid decently well into the six figures. And the closer you get to product, the more you get paid. That doesn't mean that the roles that are close to product don't get paid well. Keep in mind, overall, you're probably going to get paid more in a tech company because it is a tech company. So roles like customer success, roles like project management, roles like even HR or legal are very well paid because they're involved under the umbrella of a tech company. Now, what are some of those starting salaries? In California, six figures is very common. You can start at 100K salary. Now, how does somebody who has zero tech experience get into the tech world? First of all, you have to think about transferable skills. If you worked as an associate in a law firm, getting into legal counsel at a tech firm is very doable. Why? Because you've probably handled contracts before. You probably know your way around a contract. Contracts, they may be different in different law practices, but contracts kind of look similar across all companies. So you as a lawyer working as a patent lawyer or whatever, you can say that I have a lot of experience going through contracts and I would be able to do the same for you, depending on the features that you release. Similarly, if you're, in retail, I'm sure in retail you deal with customers on a daily basis. That's a more common example. So you are working with the customer, talking to the customer, getting an understanding of what the customer needs are. When you're at an interview for a tech company, you'll be doing the same thing, just for a different type of customer, where the stakes are higher. You have to be able to tell that story, that I was able to connect with customers, really understand their frustrations, their pain points, and I will be able to do the same for you at your tech company. This is how you tell the story of how good of a candidate you'll be despite having no tech experience. What are some other elements of a good story? They're going to ask you, why do you want to get into this company? And you have to be able to say that you align with the mission and the vision and the values, whatever those things are. Do your homework. For example, maybe the company prefers people who are very adaptable. Tell them a story about how you were adaptable at your last role. It's not that hard. I was able to pivot when things changed. When X happened, I was able to do Y. And then I can relay the same sort of adaptability and pivot needed at your company. Tell that story. It's not hard. All of these elements combined tells the story of why you'd be the right person despite having no engineering or proper tech experience. My final point is, how do you deliver that story in a way that actually sounds convincing? You could say the most amazing things, but if you say it in a wrong tone with a very lame, deadpan way, it'll be boring. Nobody will remember you. You will not be memorable. You won't be likable, and you won't get the offer. So how do you tell that story in a memorable and likable way? There are two ways to do this. Vary your volume. Speak louder sometimes, speak softer sometimes. Use it for dramatic effect to bring some energy to the story that you're delivering. This makes a huge difference instead of just saying something in a very boring, deadpan way. You know what's funny? A lot of engineers who have tech experience don't get the roles they want because their story is so boring. Because all they do is speak in the same monotonous way, and people find them lame and dull. What you say matters. How you say it matters even more. And the second trick is you want to use intentional pauses. No matter where you worked, if it wasn't in the tech world, I'm sure you have some achievement that you can talk about in a positive way. Before you lay down that achievement, just say, I was able to increase revenues by pause X%. X% is that achievement. You're quantifying the result and how you move the needle for your company. And this is crucial in any tech company you apply to and interview for, because they care about the results that you bring to the table. How did you move the needle for the company? And the answer has to be an emphatic and resounding yes. So I hope this video helped. If you really like this video and thought it useful, please subscribe, like, share, do whatever you want with it. And just remember, anybody can get into a tech company. It's not that hard. You just have to be a very strong storyteller, and you have that in you.